Want this? Do you want to animate but don't know where to start? I'm here to help. I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. I'll try my best to explain everything in detail. The apps you are going to need are Ibis PaintX and Alight Motion. Next tutorial will be how to tween animate on Video Star. Before I start the video, let me give you some tips. Do not use CapCut for your animations. Yes, CapCut has many great effects, but CapCut isn't really made for tweening. But for more vlog-type videos, on CapCut you won't be able to zoom in, make no layers, and you even can't make pivot points. These are given in other editing apps, which makes it easier to handle. Tweening is definitely possible in CC, but is just the harder route. Let's start off in Ibis PaintX. Open a canvas and select your MANGA panel. Color and speech bubbles if needed. Duplicate the layer and make sure there is one hidden. Start erasing the background. Select a brush and clean up rough edges. This is the brush I have selected. Duplicate the layer and erase the body. Make sure you color in the face to create the back hair. Now that we are done, make sure you duplicate the main layer to create the neck. Color in unnecessary facial features. Duplicate main layer again to create the head erase hair and neck. Color in face and draw in ears if it was slightly covered. Duplicate main layer again and erase everything but the front hair. Feel free to fix strands and mistakes with the pen tool. This is optional, but you can separate the back hair into 3 parts. I put one layer on Alpha Lock and lowered the opacity so I can make sure the different hair layers flow smooth to each other. I colored it back to black and grouped the layers of the back hair. Now separate the front hair by duplicating it and work with the flow of the strands. These are the side parts. Split them into their own layers. Duplicate the main front hair again and carry on splitting it up into decent sized sections. Now that we are done with the hair, duplicate the face and erase everything but the eyelids and color it in. Do the same with the bottom eyelids. Duplicate face again and this time leave in the pupils. Color in the back of the eye. Duplicate main layer and erase everything but the eyebrows. Duplicate main layer and start separating the mouth, nose, and anything on the face. Duplicate body and separate it into different parts, such as left arm, right arm, and chest. Now that we are done with the layers, make sure to look over for mistakes. Create a project in Alight motion. You don't have to have premium to use pro features. You can just watch an ad. When the animation is done, I will show you how to remove the watermark for free. Add in your selected audio. Also import the eyes first, as it may get glitchy if you have many layers. If on Ibis Paint X you didn't export the left and right eyes separately, you can just create a shape and put it in front of the eye you want to show and mask it. Select all layers and click on Group and Mask. Import the eyes again and do the same for the other eye. If you zoom in and import your images, it will be displaced, so make sure you click out and come back in. Copy your audio, as you won't be able to hear it if you made a group. Let's start by adding markers on the timeline by clicking the time where you want based on the character's moving point. Click onto this icon to display the image's pivot point. This allows the selected image to move only around that point. For the movement, add keyframes on each point. Click on Effects, Distortion, Warp and Squeeze. Add keyframes. If you want the egg closed, put the strength on a negative number. When it opens, place it at 0 or more. Go back to the movement and create a smooth opening following the squeeze effect. image by clicking on this graph icon. Here are the ones I used. Feel free to experiment. Do the same for the bottom eyelid. Add the squeeze effect to the pupil and at keyframes. Move the eyebrow along with the top eyelid. Make sure it's a bit delayed to give it that realistic effect. Now that we are done with one eye, do the other. But before that, lower the opacity of the original manga panel so we can make sure that our adjustments aren't off. When both eyes are done, add motion blur to both. Now add in the nose, mouth, and anything from the face. For this water droplet, add in keyframes from the start of the timeline to the end. Change the graph for a smoother effect. For the mouth, create realistic movement and don't forget to use the graph. Group the mouth and nose together and move it along with the eyes. together, leaving the back of the head out. Adjust pivot point again and move the head along with the face. I recommend using squeeze for the head as it creates a 3D effect. Group together and import the back hair. Go to Effects, Distortion, Warp and click on Wave Warp. Wave Warp is a premium effect, but if you want an ad, you can use it in your project. These are the settings I used for the back hair. Pivot points are very important when animating hair, as it should be hanging from a certain point. When done with the pivot points, make only one piece of hair visible along with the head so it's easier to see. Make sure the movement of the hair follows the head. When turning the hair, make sure if the head goes up, it turns a little, and when it goes down, it turns outwards and flows back down. Follow the same rule for the other hairs. When done, merge together and follow the movement of the head. Import the body and adjust the pivot points. Start by rotating the arms. Add these graphs. Merge the body together and move the head along with the neck. Adjust the back hair along with the head as it isn't in the same group. Lastly, group everything together and exaggerate movements. Export your project to times with the Alight motion watermark on the top and the bottom.